Disney is pretty average. Yeah, they don't have that many exclusive shows that are really good, but I think The Mandalorian was okay. But I think in the future they're gonna have all the Marvel shows. I think those might be good. The Falcon and Winter Soldier, the... what's the other one? Loki. Yeah, I've already watched Tiger King, Bisha. I enjoyed it. I think even reading about Tiger King and like some articles and some conspiracy theories out there is like pretty wild. I'm not gonna spoil it, but if you guys wanna do your own research, there is some pretty crazy stuff that was shared about this, about some theories of like who that Jeff Lowe and stuff might really be. Titans. Yeah, I tried watching Legion, but it was I don't know. Yeah, I don't drink enough and do drugs. I mean, I don't drink at all and don't do drugs, so maybe it's not the show for me. Is Titans the one that there was an ad of on Twitch for a long time? With like the Stone Man and stuff? That looked pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Are you watching comedy shows? Yeah, I watch everything. The new season of Westworld is decent. Yeah, but I don't have that. It's like HBO or something, right? Or maybe Showtime. I don't even know what service. Maybe it's on Hulu? Is that where it is? Oh yeah, I like Billions as well. But that's also not easy to watch. I don't know what Waco is.
A player's forces are under attack.
This guy just... he pieced out of there. No way! Ah! In the center of the map. Look at this guy with his mohawk.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, I've already watched Peaky Blinders. It's one of my favorites. I've already watched The Sopranos. Double mantle. Feels bad, man. At least he's level 2 already.
A player's forces are under attack.
I honestly feel like, call me crazy if you want, but I think that as time passes by, I think that Happy is gonna start losing more and more. And I don't mean that he's gonna lose a crazy amount of series, but I think that eventually he's gonna lose to maybe Spiral, maybe Cash, maybe XlorD. Very, very few players. I think that Foggy is also gonna eventually beat Happy. We'll see. It's on Sky in Germany, Todd, Westworld. Yeah, I don't have Sky. Fuck this. I don't want to have to subscribe to like 1,000 things. I feel like having Prime Video and Netflix is already enough. Did you watch Updog? Not much.
A player's forces are under attack.
Happy is a little bit ahead on the creeping if you can get that. I even coils it to be safe. And he gets a gauntlet. This mantle is going to be very nice on XlorD's Lich. Yeah, he needs to contest that. 2 Fiends against 2. And he goes for Naga. They both go for Naga. But Happy got the other shot. Oh, he didn't hit. Looks like that Naga might be dead.
A player's forces are under attack.
That is quite bad for XlorD. Block it! Wait, wasn't it low enough to die? How much is death coil damage on level 1? True Detective Season 1, if you haven't seen it, maybe my favorite season of all time. Yeah, this was one of the greatest shows ever. Freaking Matthew McConaughey killed it so much. Last second potion. Time to give the mantles. Trying to go for a bit of a block. Barely gonna be able to get out.
A player's forces are under attack.
So they're kind of equal with the tech and the slaughterhouse as well. We have one rod left here and one. Actually, Happy has an extra rod of necromancy. Happy Road that is kind of demotivated because of the money thing. Yeah, when somebody says this, they tend to still play as many tournaments, and it's just kind of bullshit, you know? It's just like, oh, I didn't get everything to go exactly the way I wanted them, but I'm still gonna keep on playing the game super actively, so... I wouldn't read into that too much. Trust me, I've seen that happen a lot in the past. Damn, he might be able to get... Yeah, I think he gets the Naga here. Because the Fiends are gonna shoot, and then he's gonna coil. Even though he's a giant shit kid, I'm kind of pulling for XlorD. I think it'd be cool to see Happy start losing a bit more. He's winning too much. I don't like it, guys. Todd, can you tell us some good French movie or series? Have you ever watched Taxi? Do you know Taxi? It's like a very old school movie. That's good. I guess The Fifth Element doesn't really count as a French movie, right? What is it called? In English, I don't even know. Do you know the movie The Deep Blue? It's like with one of the same actor as in The Professional and same director as The Fifth Element. I don't know the name of that one in English. Yeah, Intouchable is pretty good as well. The one that somebody mentioned in the chat. Yeah, le fabuleux destin d'Amélie Poulain. Have you seen that? I kind of want to watch Parasite because I heard so much about that movie. Yeah, I was thinking about going to watch it in a movie theater, but then COVID happened and now all of them are closed. Jesus, the Naga. What? Did you just misclick and TP?
The player's forces are under attack.
What just happened? I am so... Like, why did he TP? He could have just finished the camp and ran there, but he TP'd out. Maybe to be so fast with the stealing here that now he can do this, and then he can do this in this order, like go left, left. I am so confused. I mean, XlorD's still gonna see this early enough that he can decide to go elsewhere. He might do the golems.
Forces are under attack.
I'm so confused. So Lich is the one that takes the items. Yeah, Irreversible is also pretty good. That movie has some crazy scenes. Oh my god, the Naga is gonna get blown up to pieces. Use the invuln, but as soon as that expires, that's gonna be one coil in his face here. How do you even heal?
A player's forces are under attack.
XlorD's doing pretty damn well this game. He found so many items that he can't even put them all on one hero. That's nuts. The statue. Happy as a potion. Going for the Naga. That's not taking shit. He can take the mana away. He has a mana steal. Lich Khan at the front. Oh, he gets a coil. There was a potion, I guess, somewhere in there. Naga's gonna fall. Can he target units? He's going for the Lich. That gets coiled again. That's the last coil in a long time. You'll be able to get it the next time if he targets still more. He's gonna go for a Fiend and he's gonna get it. And XlorD, I don't know if he's gonna be throwing from there. I've seen some great comeback from Happy, but XlorD is just straight up dominating here. That Lich. That Lich cheated death like 10 times. Happy on 41 supply now. XlorD on 50. He's doing it, guys. Right now, back to Archive, he's like going, oh, the Emperor! We never thought we would see it happen, but he might be losing. He's the best. It's the Emperor, guys. Lich gets saved again. That's the only core left for a very long time now. Naga. That statue has so little hit points. Yeah, he's gonna take that out. Lich gonna get coiled yet again. And even though he's being attacked from behind from the crypts, XlorD just has so much here that he doesn't even care. He still has more cores to work with. Lich gets targeted, saved on time. He has a greater invuln. It just has too much. And Happy's gonna tap out. Shitlord with a pretty sick performance here. Winning game number 1 quite convincingly as well. I can't wait to go in the cinema again. Yeah, I just wonder like how it's gonna work. I guess they're just gonna only allow like the room to be full at like half capacity, and then people are gonna have to social distance basically in everything. And yeah, we're gonna have to wear masks everywhere in the future basically. I don't really understand the TP by Happy, like... I mean, that's the thing about somebody that just lost a game, especially Happy, whom I'm not exactly very close with. I'm not gonna, like, ask him, like, what happened with the TP, why did you TP, but I am legit very curious about why he TP'd out. In the bottom right. He was creeping the camp. I don't know, maybe like he had a hallucination. He for a second he thought he saw something on the minimap and he's like, oh god, I gotta get off here. But this is so weird. I honestly don't understand the TP at all. If somebody is watching Happy stream and you heard him say something, please tell me, because I'm legitimately curious about this. I straight up don't understand why you would TP there like the way you did. Why you dislike XlorD? I've explained before. He talks a lot of trash. But I don't just dislike him. I kinda like him, but also hate him. He's a big trash talker. Score updates. Non, j'habite en Allemagne, Nylan. Seems like Naga's second has become somewhat of the standard. I mean, it comes out so much quicker, right? Happy should have started losing sooner or later since he doesn't have motivation to practice. He said it himself on stream. It's one thing to say that you don't have motivation to practice, but it's also one entire different thing to still play and stream every single day, which he's still doing. So by that, he probably means that he doesn't have the motivation to practice super hard to be the best that he can be maybe every day, but he's still pretty damn good and he still practices basically every single day. I've never seen Happy take a day off stream or something, so... Then again, I don't really watch his stream, I just see that he's online most days. Wait, I don't really know. I don't know if like he doesn't play seriously or something. To be honest, I feel like a lot of the troubles that Happy has had is like kind of like misunderstandings. I mean, with his last team, it's unfortunate that he didn't get paid, but he kind of strikes me as someone that will instantly tilt, basically. And like say, alright, well, screw you, I'm out. You know, like instead of like trying to talk, trying to reason. And I think that's something that a lot of people, they've been at fault in their life, at times, myself included. But if you look at the blog post that he had about the tournaments from GoodGame.ru, it's just straight up, one day somebody has asked for refunds on some donations, GoodGame.ru granted it, and then Happy instantly tilted, and then flamed the guy from GoodGame.ru, wrote a long blog post kind of basically shitting on them. So I think maybe with better management on that, but it's hard when you're a gamer that spends most of his time in like isolation at home playing, and like you only ever practicing and caring about getting good at the game. You might not be like socially developed enough to know like how to deal with these situations. And again, that's something that I'm very experienced with, because I've been very bad at it for such a long time, and I'm still bad at it in some ways. So I can kind of see like the similarities there. I remember when I moved to Germany and started working for ESL, like there was a lot of things that bothered me in the office. One of them being that our boss, usually he came in kind of late, and people, they were always looking for him, so they kept going into like, we had a joint office with all the other casters, and they would always go in and be like, is he here? Is he here? Is he? Like every 10 minutes, and it really, really got on my nerves. Whether I was like watching VODs, I had to take my headphones off and tell them, no, he's not. He's clear. Like you can see that he's not here. Why the fuck are you asking me if he's here? And then there was one day where I snapped. Like one guy came in and I was like, just fuck off. Which, if you guys have any experience working in a company, you can't really do that to other employees. So yeah, that was bad, obviously. So yeah, I blame that on being socially inept from too many years of isolation, being a pro gamer and practicing on my own, and not having any patience dealing with other people in an office.
A player's forces are under attack.
Seems like quite a mirror so far, creeping wise. What do we get? Ring and Lightning Shield versus Gauntlet, Ring, Wand of Illusion, and they're about to get the big item. Wait, is he? He's missing an item, no?
Player's forces are under attack.
Why does he only have 3 items? Did he sell what? He bought a Glove of Haste? Ooh, XlorD trying to get this one. Double ring. If you surround that guy, he's gonna laugh at you. Got all the armor in the world. Fast tier 3 for both players, Lich and Lich on this map. I guess on Amazonia you have to go Naga because like everything ignites from the center. It's like octagon control, and then you're just rotating onto the sides and creeping everything. So if you go for Lich, you're basically saying, oh, I'm gonna let you dominate up until I have my second hero. And even when I get it, it's not like I'm gonna retake any sort of advantage. He does play every day, yeah, but he stopped playing NetEase completely. He won't even accept requests to play at NetEase for money anymore. Okay, maybe he's more affected than I thought by this. But it's normal to take it harshly, you know? Like when you're a pro gamer and you're devoted to your craft and you're training every single day, the last thing you want to have to deal with is unpaid prizes from tournaments and from teams, because it feels like you're doing your job, and in Happy's case, he's winning a lot, so he's doing a pretty good job as well. So it's not fair for him, and rightfully so, that he's not getting paid. And that feeling of unfairness, it's very hard to deal with at times. I mean, I still hate it to this day, and I'm not even a proper professional player. But like when we played WGL the other day against RW, and then the referee in game number 1, Tidewater Glades, hosted on the wrong map in a fucking 120k tournament, it really makes you think, like, has esports even advanced at all? Like, there's just still so many incompetent people, it's crazy. 120k tournaments for the second time in a row in one of our matches, and we've only had 6 matches. Somebody hosted on the wrong map, and this is just nuts. And we're lucky we saw it early. If it happened later, that would have been way worse as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's looking dicey. XlorD's Death Knight is full mana. I wonder, so if Happy loses here, I mean, he might still advance, to be honest. Okay, let's say Happy loses here and then he loses to Spiral, for example, in the next match. Do you think that that demotivates him in the future, or that motivates him even to practice again a lot? Quite curious about that. XlorD got the item and the XP. 4 Fiend against 4 Fiends. Oh, he's silenced! He tried to deny. This is like actually looking kind of bad for XlorD right now. That ring of regen is huge. Oh, you don't have orb. Look at this Happy mech backpack and he brought orb. That's the big difference. XlorD had to run all the way home. Maybe because he lost the Fiend. Mana Stone is pretty huge. Yeah, Happy's actually looking pretty good now. Oh, he sold Cloak of Shadows, I see.
A player's forces are under attack.
Pendants, not bad. Ooh, that one is slowed. Is that silence? Oh, he misses the coil. Okay, this is very bad. Because now he's lost 2 Fiends in a row. Happy's movement is so fluid. You see the statues, they're not even helping right now. Feels like XlorD's kind of falling apart right now. When I get silenced, that's another Fiend dead. These are really starting to add up. It's kind of like a domino effect, you know, like when you lose the first one, it keeps on getting worse from there. There's too little talk about these low quality tournaments, and you can understand why Toad being labeled a whiner when he complained about heat in the bronze match PGL or whatever. Everyone who watches wants the best condition for the players, but no one else pickups. Exactly. It's the same about balance, I think, also in some ways. A lot of players are very shy to say what they think publicly, so in private they'll whine a lot. Publicly they won't say much. Like Hawk on the tunnel. He barely said anything about human being in trouble, but in real life he complained a good amount, I thought. And I think that's because they're worried they're gonna be criticized if they say something. You don't have the room. Okay. Cup on Lich. Astro Captain with the 2 gifted subs. They went to Naylan13 and Mamako as well. Thank you so much. And he subs himself as well. 6 months. Thank you very much, dude. Welcome back. And Happy decides to extend his lead here with an expansion. I don't really understand. Why do they get the Necropolis when the undeads do this? Is it so that they don't have to make a ziggurat instead, or or that they can TP? It seems kind of costly, you know? You could just go for the gold mine and then rally acolytes there.
A player's forces are under attack.
Lich is actually levitating quite high. Another ring. He has to go now if he wants to cancel it. Because then as soon as the Necropolis is done, Happy can actually TP. What is it going to be, XlorD? Do you go for the red? Sends the tri-hero. Oh my god, he's going to catch some acolytes. He can actually get out immediately after. Wait. Oh, he only has silence. Inglorious Staffords with a resub. Oh shit. That's a big TP. Happy's angry. He's on the chase. Inglorious Staffords with a resub. Thank you so much. Statue's gonna fall very quickly. No, let's say the last second is their web. He's gonna counter Nova, but XlorD barely is. Any army here feels like. Actually, a couple more units show up. Destroyers get webbed all over the place. They're gonna be targeted up first, so that skeletons can actually do a lot after that. It just feels like Happy has too much. Supply plummeting on both sides. Silence landing big time on the Death Knights. And there's just too much. Happy gets the equalizer. Thank you very much, Inglorious Staffords, as well for the resub. Thanks as always for the great content, really helping during this stay-at-home period. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And we're going to game 3, fam. Yeah, as a Russian, I can confirm about Hawk being on his stream when Hawk played versus Happy in some tourney. Boy, Hawk complained about human a lot. Yeah. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. If somebody wants to complain about game design, go ahead. You shouldn't balance shame just like you shouldn't kink shame, you know? It's the same thing. Merci, Astro Captain. Necro is not that much more expensive than Ziggurat. I don't know, yeah. Yeah, I guess you can TP on it. That's like the main use compared to a Ziggurat. Alright, I kind of want XlorD to win, guys. I want to see a Happy be put to the test more and more. I mean, to be honest, if Happy loses here, he's still in the tournament. He might still advance. Do we know who won between Spiral and Doak? I don't even know who's in that game. It still shows 0-0 on Wikipedia. Guys, is the tournament ending tonight? No, no, no. It's just the groups tonight. So we conclude the last group tonight, and then tomorrow it's playoffs with the double brackets. So even if you lose in round 1 of the winner's bracket, you still have a chance to come all the way back. And this is the prize pool. By my internet being down today, I lost the chance to make at least $25. It's quite unacceptable if you ask me. Like, I feel like my internet provider should at least PayPal me those $25 because that was like 2 meals right there. Feels bad. Oh, look at them, the undeads. Saying have fun to everyone, but not saying GLHF. Because they don't want the opponent to be lucky with the items. Isn't that cute? Have fun really means I'm gonna kill you. Like, hope you enjoy it anyway. Has other players raised their voice in defense of Happy not getting his money? Is there any kind of players union in Warcraft 3, or is he stuck in his own fighting his team in those tournaments? Okay, there's zero union. And I think pretty much everybody agrees that if you have a contract and you're supposed to get a salary, you should be getting that paid. So, I mean, I don't think there is much to say. Just like there isn't a player that came out and said, like, well, fuck Happy, by the way. Like, I think he should be getting paid because he banned me from his channel because I asked who he was playing against. No, nobody said that. I think we're all in agreement. When I did the town hall and I talked about it, I obviously was very vocal about the fact that those tournaments and teams, they need to pay what they owe. Because as many of you already know, I'm still, or like I was still owed, like, I mean, now I consider I'm never going to get that money anyway, but in the past I've been still owed a lot of money as well from multiple tournaments and multiple organizations that they've never paid and never will either. It's crazy how last game, like, he was very, very equal, but then XlorD started killing a fiend, and then because of that he got a second one, then because of that he got a third one, and then it just kept adding up the whole time. Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
If XlorD can steal that one, he's a god. Ooh, this is sick. Oh my god, he's gonna do so much damage to him. Can he block him? I found that Happy is sometimes very greedy here, like with this camp, he always tries to get it. Even if you're there, like, trying to stop him. Man thought I was so disappointed, was really looking forward to watching you play in the tour. I wish you better luck with internet next time. Yeah. I was pretty disappointed myself. I got up and internet was down. It's twice recently that I've had problems. I actually wonder if it's quarantine related, because obviously the traffic these days on internet is insane. Like, everybody is at home, you know, like browsing those tube websites, if you know what I mean. You're using a lot of bandwidth, loading up a lot of videos, so. But yeah, sucks. What can you do? There'll be more tournaments. That Death Knight took a beating. Seems like nobody's getting a nice tower early on. These guys are not paranoid at all about skeletons attacking them.
Player's forces are under attack.
Where's XlorD going? He wants to use his Naga immediately when he reaches tier 2 to start creeping a bigger camp and get the items. And I think Happy realized that and he started running there. Too late, mate. Red mana as well. Holy shit. If he grabs Naga now, that would be targeted as well. Oh, he started a Lich. Happy is doing it different. Couldn't you be moved in another group? Yeah, sure. Like, which player do you want to kick out of the tournament so that I can play in their place? Happy or somebody else? Oh, you mean swap me with another player from another group? I mean, the thing is, there already was a schedule, so... At first, they tried to wait for a little bit, but... I got a message on Twitter from my internet provider that said that... They didn't know when my internet was gonna be back, so I told them that to their tournament organizers, and they replaced me, which is fine. I'm not mad or anything. They have a tournament to keep going, and I was technically supposed to play, like, literally the first match, so... So why even join an esports team in the first place? Just go to tourneys, solo, and you get all the money you win. I mean, there's not many teams that take a part of your prize pool, to be honest. Those are supposed to be very rare.
A player's forces are under attack.
But Happy kinda said that he accepted the offer from that team because I think they were giving him a humongous salary. So it was an offer that was very hard to decline. I have no idea about the actual number, but imagine, let's say you're Happy. You're doing very well, and then a team offers you to join them and they say, we're gonna give you 10 to 15k salary, but we keep 30% of your earnings. I'm pretty sure you would take it. It's like very difficult money to say no to, so... I can't totally understand that he took it. But at the same time, I wouldn't be very surprised if like it goes south somewhat quickly and they start not paying you. It's something that you have to factor in.
A player's forces are under attack.
Can I get some Lotto rings in chat? 3 of them, in fact. Oh my god, 10 armor! Keep it! Get a Pit Lord third. That guy would be immortal.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, Spirit Bombs. Spirit Bombs wrote, I find it kinda hypocrites. I guess you mean on W2 Champions. Same people who goes GLHF in the beginning of the game will trash talk you once they realize they lost. I've personally experienced it so many times that I've stopped typing GLHF a long time ago. This sort of good manners reeks of something shallow and insincere. I completely agree. It's part of why I don't write GLHF as well, is that so many times I've run into like fake people that write that, but then if they have an opportunity to stab you or talk shit, they'll do it. So to me, it doesn't represent something manner at all to write GLHF. It's just like a weird norm that everybody's doing without necessarily knowing why. And in the case of many, it's just like an appearance. It means nothing. It symbolizes nothing, it means nothing. I feel nothing if I say it, I feel nothing if my opponent don't say it, or say it. Happy with his 3... Oh my god. He got Kagdar. Wait, what did he get? I got Claws plus 12. Claws plus 12 against Kagdar. Alright then. They're stealing each other's lab. This is ridiculous. Like the most mirror undead I've seen. But Dark Ranger against Naga here, that's the big difference.
A player's forces are under attack.
Gets a scroll. I guess he might TP. TP then go creep this. I was gonna try to fight. Go straight for the destroyer. The Death Knight, why are you not curling? I have no idea. That guy with Fort Lightning level 2 is actually pretty good here. Because he does AoE damage against a lot of the fiends, but it just feels like Happy has more anyway. Kills another fiend. XlorD should have TP'd earlier. He's gonna lose a lot. Why is he not TPing? Why the fuck did he try to fight? I think he was actually in pretty good shape up until now. God damn it, XlorD, you had one job. Star +2 attack. So does Happy.
A player's forces are under attack.
Aïe aïe aïe, the Naga. Happy just has too much. I think this is over. I really don't understand this fight that XlorD took across the map. This was really weird. It was just a bad fight all around to take. Maybe he still had the illusions for a little bit, so he was hoping that Happy would derp and attack those illusions for way too long. But the fact that he's close to his base as well, it's like... I don't know. I think we have a new Lord of the Rings in the Europe region, guys.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's out leveling him so bad now. 4-4-2 against 3-3-2. Oh my god. A free web. The drink. But you don't even have the fiends to do any damage. 4 fiends against 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
I think XlorD is just hoping Happy will lose patience and then make a bad attack. But I highly doubt that that's gonna happen. Happy is just gonna creep safely. Wow, what the fuck? Is that a net or is that a lasso? The destroyer was like over there and he teleported him here. What is this creep? A freaking cowboy? That was a sick involve. Oh god, we got it. Gets greater mana at the time he needs it the most as well. I think just because he has Pipe, he's staying in the game. Sometimes it can help a lot, but Happy has statues, and even if he runs out of mana, he probably just would TP. Text the correct sacred text.
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. He's even getting armor upgrades now. He already has 3-0 attack. XlorD kinda stuck on 2-0. I'm surprised at the distance that web lands sometimes. I wonder if this is cloud worked on undead units. Would they go up on? I guess probably. What a crazy ass matchup.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's actually getting an album. I mean, he's rich now anyway. Happy's micro in those fights is super smooth. See, like he never overextends. XlorD won't seem to go there. Happy pulls back, then he re-engage. He's always attacking the right units. Goes for a Fiend, then he's gonna go for this one. It's like so smooth, you see? He just like flows. Now Naga's next. You know, I'm calling it. I don't even play undead, but I'm calling it like as I feel it in the fight. And then the statue is always in the back healing very well. There's not many missteps. Whatever is at the front is what he's gonna target. He's not gonna be like, oh my god, I need to kill the Lich and put everything on the Lich. No, he'll target the Fiends ideally, because that's what dies the quickest. With the least armor out there. And the least hit points. But if he sees another opportunity, then he'll go for it as well. Stormbolt is trash with the 13 months. Thank you very much. Hope all is well, man. Yeah, all good. Temple behind. Oh my god. When the destroyer gets teleported forward. It just has too much now. He's carrying a ton of invulns, which makes a big difference as well. So XlorD, despite finding Kagdar's pipe, not quite able to do well here. I think the fight at the top really screwed him. Nelepo10 with the resub, thank you very much. Appreciate it, dude. Hey Todd, love to watch your stream. I played Warcraft 3 back in 2003-4. Nice to see you, those good matches. Good luck, man. PS, if you need / want some help with poker, maybe I can help. Thank you so much, dude. What do you play? Yeah, congrats, Happy. I mean, this was over for a while, to be honest. So sorry if I'm not getting hyped at the end, but he was screwed. And I'm laying back in my chair like I'm on vacation over here.